Hey, so for this video, we're jumping right back into that novel that we started on Poe, where it's the best friends and then they get together eventually. Kind of a best friends to dating, best friends to lovers trope, which I really like because it's sweet and it shows a nice slow burn romance instead of, the instant love, the instant lust kind of thing. So with Poe, what we're doing right now is Mistral Medium. You do need a Poe account. However, you don't need to subscribe to Poe. Everything we're doing right now is completely free. And then I also suggest having Word documents up so that you can have your outline and your prose organized, because Poe is not built like Novel Crafter, where it will organize your chapters and your characters for you. So it's definitely good to have something external outside of Poe that can help you organize and stay on track, because otherwise this is going to be a long thread that you're going to be trying to piece through to figure out what's going on. And then last time we made this outline which has them being friends and it shows them being friends. I don't love that, so I'm actually going to get rid of this. And then I had them have like a movie night together. So let's have it. Please summarize the movie night chapter. Okay, and because it's all the same thread, it's going to keep track of things. It's not going to keep track of things indefinitely, but it is going to keep track of things fairly well. We will, however, have to kind of touch base with it sometimes and be like, what's happened in the novel so far? Who are these people? Otherwise, it may get off track. And of course, we're pasting without formatting because otherwise it's just a weird block of text. This is another kind of flashback chapter. I'd rather not do this chapter. I'd like to see them do something else. So they already did a movie night. And that sounds really adorable. A nice little baking challenge where they get together and have fun. They're at Alex's apartment before. So it's starting to shape up to something kind of cute, something adorable. We started off with, hey, what can we do for this next chapter? Kind of spun it a little bit. Alright, so we're going to throw that into chapter 2. Probably should have put my phone on silent, but I didn't. There we go. So I'm also going to do this just to keep myself organized. And this is where Novel Crafter definitely comes into play and where it becomes handy. But if Novel Crafter is out of the budget for you right now, then this is another way that you can make AI work for you without having to really stress about it. So here we go. Here's chapter 2. Do a control enter. Chapter 2. Chapter 1 ended up being a little over 1,000 words. It's a little short, but it's not impossible. We can always expand it. There's a lot here that, like this, we can definitely expand later on. But let's try to get the actual book done for the first draft before we jump in and start asking it to expand parts. So now to make this easy, what we're going to do is super simple, super easy. I don't know that we need 17 beats for this chapter, but let's see what happens. Yeah, we're definitely not going to need 17 beats when they're all this long, but it's a good starting space. And all I'm doing is taking it directly from there and putting it into here so that we can edit it later. I'm not going to fuss about it too much. I prefer editing all at once. My purpose here is to make a first draft that's workable. Even if I don't use most of the first draft, I'm totally fine cutting a lot of it, especially because I didn't sit there and agonize over the words. I'm not picking them carefully. I'm not wondering, oh, is this sentence perfect? No, I can deal with that in editing. And then I'll edit when it's an actual full book that I can look through. I do a first read through and then I start to really edit it. And I also make usually many copies. So I'll make my initial copy and then I'll make the next copy just so I have the different layers. Just like if you were making a cover in Photoshop, it's the different layers so that you can see, okay, this is the change that you made here, this is what's here, and they're all the full copies. And you may prefer to go through and edit each part. If that's your process, then that's your process. That's perfectly fine. For me, editing as I'm doing this just slows me down too much and I start overthinking it. So for me in my process, I edit when it's complete and I have that first initial rough draft. This definitely needs to be updated because as her best friend, Alex would know this. Alex would know all about the cookies and he probably would have made cookies together. Suddenly it's her birthday. Yeah. This is going to go through massive edits, but it'll all go through massive edits anyway. None of this is going to be straight, perfect, ready to go as soon as we get done with it. And then if this is hard for you because we are getting a little lost with the different beats, I mean, it's keeping track that it's beat 4, but is this beat 4 matching up with the beat 4 that it gave us previously? Let's take a look. it's still going? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't normally like to scroll up when it's writing. Right, so that's done there, but let's take a look. So beat 4. So we are totally off of beat 4. So what we can do, because the AI has already gone off of where it was going to be in beat 4, because in beat 4 they weren't even set up yet, is we can just say, first we'll copy here. Okay, so it's up to about 2,500 words. We're definitely going to be cutting a lot of that. My plan normally is to cut between 30 and 40% of the prose that AI gives. The rest is going to be heavily edited. And again, Mistral Medium through Poe, what we're doing right now, completely free. No subscription needed, no nothing, just very easy. You sign up. So if you're looking for a free way to get into AI and help AI or help get your book written with AI, Poe's great. See here, there. Yeah, this is a lot of just telling and not really showing, but we can go back through there. This is going to be cookie chapter. Alright. Do we want anything left in this chapter? Let's go back up, take a look at those beats. Yeah, since we're already showing Jamie's point of view, but we're also showing Alex's in the beginning. So this isn't really third person limited. Please show Alex driving home. He's happy. He spent the day with his best friend. I mean, they're super cute together, and that's the whole point of this book, is really just, you know, best friends. They're super cute. They're adorable. You know, they're the kind of people who you always kind of secretly hope that they would get together because they're perfect together. But now they get to be together. Alright, so that's chapter 2 in all of its unedited glory. It's gonna need some work, but that's fine. Chapter 3, this is written, so we'll just update that. Let's see here, we can have 2 chapters. Figure maybe 2,600 words. Is that enough before they decide that they're actually attracted to each other? I don't love the unexpected kiss, because how do you accidentally or unexpectedly kiss somebody? And I get unexpected feelings for somebody, but maybe not so much the unexpected kiss. Let's have another chapter before this. Because I do like the dinner party, and they're like, oh, maybe there is something there, but we need a chapter before that. Okay, so instead of an idea, Mistral is just going to jump right into writing whatever this chapter is. And yeah, all of this needs massive expansion, but it's a good idea for a chapter between those two chapters. So this is cute. Definite expansions are needed, and they will come. But it's cute enough to toss in here. Yeah, it's way too short as it is, but that's okay. So chapter 3 is dinner. Dinner, written but needs expansion. I know the other ones need editing, so I don't need to tell myself that it needs editing, but I do want to give myself a heads up that this one needs expanding. Now we just need to fix that because chapter 4, this is now chapter 5. This is going to be chapter 6. Assuming that we don't change anything else, which we probably will. 7. Just because as we go through it and we decide that, hey, this works, this doesn't work. But by doing this, maybe we can stay a little bit organized. 12. Here's 13. 14. Did I do that right? Probably. It looks fine. If it's not, we'll figure it out later. Alright. So we are here. Actually, I'm going to make these bold just so it's a little easier to see. Otherwise, this is all going to get lost. 4. And the whole reason to have summaries, aside from just so that you can go back, is that if you do end up needing to, say, remind the AI of what's happening, what's going on in the book, it's a lot easier when you have the summaries, rather than going through and copying and pasting what the actual chapters were, because that's going to be a lot, and you may have to do it in chunks. So after tonight's session, we're ending with these 3 chapters, first rough draft of them, and almost 4,000 words, so huge expansion needed, lots of edits, but you know what, we can get to it. We're just getting the first draft done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this Poe video and that it makes you want to go out and try Poe. There's a lot of good stuff in Poe. I mean, it being free is probably top of the list, but there are other benefits too. So definitely give it a try. And in the next video in this series, we'll get further in this book and start pulling it all together. Thank you for watching.